Hi everyone, Kevin here and welcome to my channel. Guys, remember last time I spoke about my attendance MVP, which I completed, and I walk you guys on how it was and how it will help STEM club in terms of helping them in terms of the manual attendance system they were taking is going to eradicate that, and I give you a more enhanced digital way which will help STEM club teacher take attendance very quick and also help them generate insight from there. And in that video, I also remember I told you guys that I'll be working next on my session MVP, and today I'm going to walk you guys on my session MVP because I've currently completed it, but there's still some bit of challenging, but I still feel it's best I put this video up to keep you guys uh, keep you guys informed to know how the work is going in progress. Quickly to the business of today. So I'll be speaking about my section MVP right here. So basically, the section MVP, just like I said, my section is kind of designed to be like an operational backbone for STEM clubs and educational centers out there. Because during my time teaching as a STEM ambassador and also as a STEM instructor, I noticed there are a lot of challenges instructor face during covering sections, because most of them do everything manually, and sometimes they get to find difficulties meeting up with the time because everything's are done informal, so which quite creates some challenges out there. So I decided to say, with that experience which I have, let me create something that we cover session creation, help in terms of scheduling, and it will help enhance in terms of tracking and capture evidence, and also supported with an AI driven insight, which will also help the business owners get real insight from the session, because basically what we do, which I know some STEM instructors do, everything is quite manual. We go over there, we cover the sections, and and there is no means of taking evidence or keeping track of history, which can be used to improve the next session. So I found those challenges, and I say no, I have to create I have to create a system that will solve those challenges. So straight now to the point, guys. So just like I've given you a head up about how my session MVP is being designed, what it's designed for, the problem is being designed to solve. So right now, like sections basically, basically done manually. So I feel that this session shouldn't just exist on calendar. They should generate proof and analytics and real insight, which will help the business owners in terms of making good decision on the business. If you can able to see good insight from the last session, he can use that insight to improve his business, to see whether a tutor or instructor is lacking somewhere, is facing challenges somewhere, and to see whether a child also is not actually why is not actually picking up in terms of his program. So why the child is not picking up fast in the sections, and they can actually use it to make good decision and improve the learning. So straight to the point, I'm going to click on the section or in my admin control. So this is the first thing you see when you click on the sections. This is show you the section analytics, home base. Basically, this this home base, this system right here is actually meant for the admin, which are the business owners, because it's basically designed it's basically designed and fully backed by AI system, because it gives business performance analytics, just like you see, this is what it's been designed for. So when the club owners or maybe the business owners open up a system, you can be able to see, wow, what section took place and what are the business insight I can get from that sections. You can see this record, the sections, the quality index in terms of evidence and checklist done, and you can see checklist completion, the card over here, participant tracker, like in terms of the students. So this is also kind of linked to attendance. Due to my attendance MVP I do there, I put something kind of link to it. It gives a signal in terms of, and also evidence capture. So basically, this is just an home overview, like a center that give the business owner insight in terms of the section that happened for that particular day. Maybe he comes to his office and there was a couple of sessions in that day. You can be able to see all those sessions and get some business insight from them, to see. But basically, it's actually is not fully interactive right now, because um it's because I'm going to go to that anyway. Why most of them are not really giving real insight right now. You can say everything is 000, and right now nothing, it does look like nothing is coming to look like I do. So I'm going to tell you why it's that way. So first, let's go over to view schedule in terms of the schedule. So the club owner can actually view the schedules for today. So now this is the schedule system. This is the schedule system. So basically, if you can see how it is being designed. So basically, as you can see, this schedule home is basically built just to show structure, to show oncoming sections, and it shows you in terms of the health of the section, how it is going, and some operational readiness on that section. What I basically mean is, when a section is scheduled, this home base can actually give the admin, he can see the next oncoming session, he can see the next session in the next couple of days. It's just a home base for all section that has been scheduled for that day or for that week. This week, this is like a table. Right now there's nothing, that's why I say no section plan in the next 7 days. Actually, it has a 7 days cap. We can show you all the sections for that 7 days, and it's a kind of a home view where the admin can actually come in and you look at the schedule system. You can see, this is all the schedules I have for this particular club, or this particular school for the whole 7 days. These are all the whole schedules. You can get further details on that particular schedules, so you can be able to make some quiet decision. Anyway, some features are not really, in terms of the health check. There's still a bit of work that need to be done there. Basically, not because it is not well designed, it's because it is kind of still linked to the schedule homepage. There are some things that need to be working for the system, the AI, especially the AI, because all this system is being backed by Azure AI. So it needs some quite some information to be able to give a very good insight, a very good insight on this. And give you a good view on what is happening before, during, and after that section. So, but I'm going to go back there to tell you why that is not really showing what it's supposed to show now. So, on this, like I said, is a schedule home base. So for us to see how it basically work, what is working right now, we can go, I will come back to this. This is where you easily, maybe the instructor, the admin want to get like a report or previous section. I'm going to go to that later. Like you can see, everything is done real time. You can see the systems is connected, everything is done real time. It's all fully backed by AI. So let me go to new section so we can see basically how this schedule system work. So I will click on new section now, which is basically a page where let's say if it is the HRO or maybe a member of the club of the school, basically can also have access to this. We are going to speak further on how we can give access to club members, how the admin can share some of the. So we are going to speak more on that later. We are just building some of the basic MVP now. So so this is the home page or the system where you can create a section. So as you can see, this is basically, so this system, like I said, this system is fully is wired back to the backend with the section creation handle, and you can see the time they give the club member, maybe he wants to create, you can see the date of the section to pick the time and the duration of that section. They basically have a choice. They can choose, let's say 15 minutes, how long the session will last. They can go as high as maybe 150 minutes, so it depends on them. And I also kind of put like a, a kind of a summary out here that let you know this is the time and the duration which you fix, so you get to know before you make proper decision if you are going to create that section. You can see this is like a few options we have here: session title, the date, the start time, and the duration. And at our right hand side, I create a small section template UI. It's optional anyway, but this actually comes up, this template actually pick from whichever section you create over here. Automatically it stores as a template here in case you want. It gives you the option, maybe if you decide to use that same section next time, it limit the time of typing them manually. You can just click on use templates and it will just populate all the information down here and make it quite quick for you to just create the sections as the time goes on. So down over here, it has the option, maybe you want to assign the teachers you want to assign the session for. This is basically the reason why most of the I'm going to talk about it. This is basically what I was going to talk about here, because in a real scenario, in a real scenario, a section is basically scheduled or create for a particular instructor or teacher. So when a teacher open the section, when a teacher comes, he open the sections, he start the session rather, and when the session starts, then all that things can come along with it. Let's say, for instance, if the session starts, then it can get insight um, like over here when the session start, you can get things like evidence capture. Sometimes the tutor or the instructor can take quite some evidence like photos of some of the challenges or the tasks which they give a particular student. You can also take track of how many student participate in that particular section. So that's basically why most of this information right here will not actually work, because this is not actually available yet. This particular handle, sorry for the new section. So this particular handle, like you see right now, no lead teacher selected. Why? Is because I haven't worked on the teacher MVP. Because in the real sense, just like I said before, a session has to be assigned to a particular teacher. It has to be assigned to someone. So that's why we create a section. So that's why we create a session or schedule session. It has to be assigned to someone. So it is the teacher or the instructor that get to start the session, and then all that information can be gathered from that particular section. Then those section, the dashboard, can give you the real insights you actually need. So because I haven't done I haven't started on the teacher MVP, so that's why there's nothing over here. Like I said before, this create session system are fully wired back to my backend. So everything is wired back to the backend here. So if no information is found in the backend or in the database, it will definitely not shown in the UI here. But just for testing purpose, I actually set some rule for the session to still create, just to see how most of the system work. Just because for testing purpose. In the real scenario, once there is no teacher selected, the session will not be saved or will not be created. So that is basically how it's meant to be designed. But just for this quick video, I actually remove that restriction, so it can still be created. So to save quick time, I will just use one of these templates over here. I can say skill ladder. Yeah, I love this template. So I will click on it. If you can see automatically template applied, it give you a quick message display over here. So I might probably improve that. Let it come just like a model, a flash over here, because quite, let's say if you are under here, you might not be able to see that quick message. So I'm going to improve that. Maybe I'll change it like to a model. So a model, so those are quite programmer, you know what I mean. So it will come like a flash message down here. So wherever you are, you can actually see it. So I click on the template. Now you can see I use the particular template because this is a session actually is something I actually did in the past. So you can see the session title, skill ladder populated over here, and the date, 30th 1. This is the date, the time, 4:15. But right now we are in 4:17. So I have to change this time to 7. Okay, let's just make it a bit further. Let's say 20 p.m. So let's just leave it there. Let's just make it a bit further away. So the session will last 60 minutes, quite long. Let me just reduce it to minimal 15 minutes. So this is the minimal time, and you can see real time. I give you a summary so you can easily see what you actually set right here. Here is summary of what you set before you click on start section. So down here, there is no teacher right now. I already explained that. So like a section have a particular location, so that also hasn't been worked with. That also hasn't been worked with. Let's say the school, or let's say the STEM club or after school club has maybe the section. Let's say it's covering a school in social school, a particular school in different location. So Probably they will assign, let's say I'm assigning Mr. OK. Let's say I'm assigning Kelvin. Let me use my name for example as a teacher. And the school has couple of after school clubs, let's say in Brimsey, another one in Tottenham. So they are kind of different locations. So that will be selected over here. I haven't really worked on that also. So in the risk scenario, these sessions will not be created. But like I said, I removed that restriction just to test the system for now. So I will click or this is a small for information right here, but I might remove this from the UI. Still working on it anyway, but maybe it's going to actually give some good information. So I will actually improve this part later, not now. So let's go over to news section. Let's just create this section. So now when I click, a message pop up here already. See why I say I need it? I need to change that. I'll work on that. Let it come. Like you see, I was down over here. If I didn't screw up, I wouldn't see them. So I have to actually change that. So once I click session, it will just come. So, wow, just like a model message down here. So I can actually see it wherever I am. So let's go over to see that section. I've created this actually page is actually meant just to create a section. So I've created it, and so I can go back to the schedule to see that particular section I've created. Back. So let's see. Wow, you see down over here now. If we scroll down a bit, you can see some of the AI now is working, is giving some real insight. You can see now Friday 30th, a section, which is a section, the template I use, is say in progress. It's already started anyway. Okay, I put 420 and this is 421. So the session already began and it's for 15 minutes. So, and let's say, whoever have access here, probably the admin will have access to everything. Maybe it gives like one of the club member, maybe like a staff and access. You can also kind of, if you want to cancel that section, or maybe something goes along the way, you can actually cancel, or maybe you can change, you want to edit it, maybe to change the time or some other things. You can actually use some of this button for that. So over here you can see Ray Insight, Ray Analytics is here. It shows you section one has been created. It just showed you one has been created. It picked that up immediately. And over at the operational coach, you can see Ray status, need step. You can see plan section 0/1. A few things that need to be improved anyway. So like I said, there's a range which you can show up to 7 days. So if you see down here tomorrow, show no section, they actually come up right now, up to 7 days, no section on coming. So the admin or whoever have access can actually get that few insight to know, wow, there's no upcoming section. Why? They can actually work on that if they are meant to be a section. So I'm just going to make it two. Let me just make another new section. Let me use this template, build plus test loop. Okay, it comes up, but I want to use a time that's very far to start. Let's say 50 minutes. Yeah, 450. That's 75. Oh, that's quite too long. So let's make it let's say 20 minutes. Yeah, duration. What do I have here? 30, 450, quite good summary for that. So I'll scroll down. I already explained this, so I'll just click on save session. Well, ready for next one. Well, I'm still gonna work on that anyway, guys. So I'll go back right now. Wow, so now you see next section, there's a new you can see something just populated. One, this shows you that there's oncoming, there's a plan section coming. Why we didn't see that before is because this section is already in progress. Once a session is in progress it means the session has commenced, it has already started, so it's not going to show you anything here, so you know that there's no next session coming up. So now you can also see details of that next session, robotics. This is latest insight. I'm still gonna work on this anyway. So down here you can see now at the timetable, week timetable, you can get this plan section. It's planned when is the time, 4:50 p.m. 20 minutes duration section, all for Friday. If I set a further date, you can see. Okay, let me just keep one. Let me just make another one for Saturday. Let's see how that really works. Go. So I will use. So wow. So there's a quick. I might not speak on this now because this is something coming up from my back end. This kind of a technical something is not meant for the admin to see. It's quite technical, so I'm going to remove this anyway. So it's just telling me time clashing warning in terms of, maybe let's say you have a section for a particular club. Let's say you have a section for, let's say, Tottenham school, and you have the same teacher, let's say Kelvin, and the whoever, maybe like a member, the HRO, or any of the staff created a session for Kelvin Tottenham school at 4:20, and maybe he mistakenly repeat it again, Kelvin Tottenham school at 4:30. So you will have a quick message that will come here, a warning message that will tell you, wow, there's a time slash. But I haven't really fixed it now because that's why it's working this way. There's no time clashing yet, so something I'm actually working on anyway, so that will be fixed. The same thing, this message will not come up this way, they will come up as a model. I already said about that anyway, so I will still create it. So I said I needed something for Saturday, so Saturday will be 31. So let's say 31. So 31 slash O. Oh, that's quite far. Let's say 31 slash 01 2026. Okay, that's does it. Okay, let's just leave it as. So what do I have here? Okay, yeah, Saturday 31. This is what I need. Saturday 31, 4:30 p.m. Okay, I needed something a bit further, so just okay. It's already there. Ah, you see, it gave me please enter session title. I didn't enter a title anyway, so that's why. So these are some of them. Like I say, it's not nice coming up here. It's supposed to come up so I can easily see it. So I'll fix that anyway, guys. So let me just see. Let's say robotics. Robotics. Let's just say robotics. Let's just call this session title. Let's say robotics. So guys, I will now click on save section. I believe I won't get any error message. Wow, ready. So go back. Okay, now I have two oncoming section. Let's see the date. Wow, I have one populated over here in Saturday. Plan robotics. Participants, you can see evidence. So this can only take count when the teacher is assigned and is start. But anyway, it's not meant to be here. I'm still gonna take this out over here anyway. So let's go back now to see the section, because the section is meant to take real time. Like I said, the system is connected and everything is supposed to be real time. So let's go to see section. Okay, this is actually giving some good insight. They say two sections has been created, one open and one plan, zero close. So this is quite not giving anything now. Just like I said, the teacher MVP is not actually working. We need somebody to actually be there, a real tutor when he opened the section. So you'll be able to give this insight to work. You'll be able to see some real information down here. So let's see whichever thing. Though I'm still working on it anyway. So you can see delivery health. Nothing is actually working right now because just like I said before, the teacher MVP is not really working. So nothing really is coming up right now. Nothing is coming up right now. So I'm still going to come back to this section analytic. I'm going to come back to here so we can see real insight, real analytics once I'm done with the teacher MVP, because actually I'm putting a stop right now on the section just because I'm moving straight to teacher. So I'm working on the teacher onboarding now, MVP. Back then, after then, teacher dashboard. Then we'll connect it to a section. Then after then, I'll come back here. So I believe in 1 week time I should be done, and I'll be back over here. Then we can see how this truly work. Then we can see how this system is designed. We can see its reuse, and then we can see its reuse and how it will help STEM club. So if you run a STEM club, after school program or educational initiative, and want to be part of pilot testing, once the teacher MVP is done and the platform STEM track is completed, I would love to hear from you. This platform is being built in the open with real constraint and real user in mind. So thanks for watching, and God bless.